The Texas Hill Country is a land of change. Today, the Hill Country stands as the boundary between the fertile coastal plains and the expansive wide ranges of West Texas. But long ago, it was submerged beneath a vast, shallow ocean. Over millions of years, that ocean gave way to grassland and forest. Born from the sediment and life that came before it, this new land would eventually metamorphose into one of the most unique regions, not just in Texas, but the world. When the first European settlers arrived, some described it as a land of abundance, not just resources, but in size. This was not news to the Native Americans who lived on this land for millennia before the arrival of the first sailed ships. A land of abundance no more, the Hill Country is in danger. In our ever-ticking desire to grow, expand, and build, we've become disconnected from the region that provides the very foundation for us to build on. First came the axes. It's believed much of the Hill Country was once covered in diverse woodlands, including oak and ash juniper, before wide-scale cutting began. These forests created the proverbial backbone for which civilization was built from. These forests, by and large, ceased to exist in the modern day. Next came the fencing, where large ruminants such as bison used to roam, keeping grasslands in the edges of these forests in check. Fences restricted movement. A vast land once described as infinite, now being continually subdivided, cut up, and compartmentalized. With forests cut and grasslands overgrazed, the Hill Country's Achilles heel was exposed. The Hill Country is a land of extremes. It pushes and pulls between seemingly biblical floods and destitute drought. That pendulum swings sometimes in a matter of minutes. It's here where that Achilles heel was laid bare: soil. These forests and grasslands built, maintained, and protected the soil from the extremity of this Texas weather. The karst topography built by the limestone and settlement laid down by that ancient ocean provided a solid foundation, but also a sponge for the soil to build from. This system was intricate. During mass floods, the sponge would absorb much of the excess water, charging the region's aquifers. The grasslands and forests who built themselves from this excess water protected the soil from these floods. As a drought cycle set in, the grasslands and forests were able to pull from the resources that these aquifers provided, and here they continued to protect the soil through the other extreme. And amongst all of this, animals and Native Americans helped progress and maintain these systems through varying levels of fire and grazing. When the forests were cut and the soil overgrazed, that very soil that glued the entire system together was exposed. And with the first droughts and floods, it was baked and then washed away to leave only the limestone foundation below. Now we arrive to the modern day, where in much of the region we sit on a foundation with no home left around us. As more and more people flood into the region, much like the rivers and creeks, it's inevitable that a drought also lay on the horizon. The Hill Country is, after all, a land of change. So, what are we to do? And the answer is to do. Change is possible. Across the region, land stewards, nonprofits, and community members are restoring ecosystems. They're planting native plants, rebuilding soils, protecting springs, and bringing back balance. These people are diverse. They do not follow political lines. They do not follow national rhetoric. They are humans who care about their shared home and not just their own. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to be willing to care. And as we set out on this journey to rebuild our forests, our grasslands, and our collective home, we do so not just for ourselves, but for those who come after us. Every decision we make, active or passive, leaves an impact. The answer doesn't lie in blame, not in technology or politics or money alone. It lies in people. People who care enough to act. People who are willing to show up, be involved, and rebuild this home together.